Hello, this is Catherine ASMR, and before I get started telling you about all of the books that I have here, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry if I look a bit shiny for the duration of this video, because it's been 30 degrees in England today, all day, and while our houses aren't built to deal with the heat anyway, it's worse because the flat that I have just moved into is made of metal because it used to be a shipping container. So I apologise if I look a bit sweaty. We're just going to have to deal with it because the weather is not going to change this week. So it's either don't record at all or record and potentially become a human waterfall on camera. So now that that disgusting disclaimer has been done, I can get on to what we're going to do today. So I have an assortment of books here. Fantasy, historical fiction, some non-fiction. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe there's more, but we'll get to that. A classic. I know that there's a classic. So I'm going to be doing some book triggers, and I'm also going to be talking about these books and reading the blurbs because I personally love reading triggers. So the first book that I have is The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. And I was on the fence about getting this book for a very long time. So I did what I do whenever that happens, and I bought it for my dad because we have quite similar reading taste. So sometimes if I don't know whether I want to read a book, I just buy it for him for his birthday or at Christmas because that's all I ever get him because it's all he wants. Books in general, I mean, not just one. So yeah, I use him as a little guinea pig to find out if a book is good and worth reading or not. So this is a historical fiction. On a September evening in 1785, the merchant Jonah Hancock finds one of his captains waiting eagerly on his doorstep. He has sold Jonah's ship for what appears to be a mermaid. As gossip spreads through the docks, coffee shops, parlours and brothels, everyone wants to see Mr. Hancock's marvel. Its arrival spins him out of his ordinary existence and through the doors of high society, where he meets Angelica Neal, the most desirable woman he has ever laid eyes on. What will be the cost of their ambitions, and will they be able to escape the legendary, destructive power a mermaid is said to possess? So yeah, I still haven't read it, even though I got my dad's stamp of approval just because I haven't really had the time. Firstly, I've been reading other things, and secondly, as I've just alluded to, I've just moved house, so I haven't had much downtime. But yeah, I can't wait to read it. Dad said it will make me have some sort of existential moment, so I'm looking forward to that. I always like it when a book can make me feel something or impact my mindset in some way. Okay. So the next one is also a historical fiction, and this is The Familiars. has, I've forgotten what it's called when they paint the edges. If someone knows what that's called, I did used to know, I've just completely forgot it. Yeah, just leave me a comment and remind me. But yeah, beautiful coloured edges. Some people don't like that, but I think it works on most books. So the reason that I bought this book particularly is because it's set in the county of England in which I come from, which is Lancashire. In a time of suspicion and accusation, to be a woman is the greatest risk of all. Lancashire, 1612. Fleetwood Shuttleworth is 17 years old, married and pregnant for the 4th time. But as mistress at Gawthorpe Hall, she still has no living child, and her husband Richard is anxious for an heir. Then she crosses paths by chance with Alice Gray, a young midwife who promises to help her give birth to a healthy baby. When Alice is drawn into the witchcraft accusations that are sweeping the northwest, Fleetwood risks everything by trying to help her. As the legendary Pendle witch trials approach and Fleetwood's stomach continues to grow, time is running out and both their lives are at stake. What's interesting about that is that Fleetwood is also a place in Lancashire. I think it's Lancashire. Yeah. It's very weird to see it as a first name. But yeah, this is stunning. Okay. So, unintentionally following on that witch theme is, I forgot what this is called because I've only just bought it. Her Majesty's Royal Coven. When I say I've only just bought it, I mean I bought it maybe just over a month ago. Obviously the cover jumped out at me, and then I read the back of it. And the blurb reminded me of like a witchy Kingsman, and I love the Kingsman movies. I think they're so fun, and then I love witches, obviously. It's quite a big font actually. Interested to know what are your favourite book type triggers, because I love book triggers in general, but I prefer it when people read to me, whereas some people just like the turning of pages, so let me know which you actually prefer, because I'd be tempted to do just a no talking book triggers video, but I don't know if that is something you want or not. Okay. Hidden among us is a secret coven of witches. Known as Her Majesty's Royal Coven, they protect crown and country from magical forces and otherworldly evil. But their greatest enemy will come from within. There are whisperings of a prophecy that will bring the coven to its knees, and 4 best friends are about to be caught at the centre. Life as a modern witch was never simple, but now it's about to get apocalyptic. I'm actually very, very excited to read this one. I just think that's just such a kick-ass blurb. Also, I love friendship as a strong trope in books. Okay, so now intentionally following on with the witch slash wizard theme Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This copy is a little bit worn because I've reread it twice. So the spine is completely messed up. But I think these covers of this version are just absolutely stunning. I have the original covers as well because that's what we grew up reading, but just objectively I think these are better. Yeah, this is one of my favourites in the series. I think probably joined with, I'm going to end up saying all of them, I think probably joined with the Half-Blood Prince and the Deathly Hallows. I'm going to stop myself there because I'd end up saying the Philosopher's Stone and the Goblet of Fire, but no, we'll keep it to 3 favourites. The next book on my pile is The Priory of the Orange Tree, and this is a thunking great book. And makes a great sound too because it's hardcover. And I had to include this because in the first ASMR video that I ever made, when I was editing, and I'd gone like this across the cover, something like that. I got many tingles from it, even though I was editing my own stuff, so I knew what was coming, which usually depletes it for me. But yeah, that's why I had to include this book, and also it's very pretty. I'm about, actually I can check. I am a little bit into this book. Oh my gosh, I think I've lost my place. Oh no, it's because I was trying to check while the book was upside down, so I was looking at the front. Wait, I'm really confused. Oh my gosh, I've put the dust jacket on the wrong way around, that's why I'm so confused. I thought I was losing my mind. Okay. So I'm on page 78, and I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't say I'm invested in the story yet, and I always find it difficult to get back into books after I've taken a little break from reading them. The motivation just isn't there as much as it would be when picking up a new book. Unless, of course, I'm just completely, in love with it, and it's all I can think about. But no, it's enjoyable, and as soon as I read the Atlas 6, because my dad wants me to read it so that we can discuss it, because he's reading it at the moment. As soon as I finish that, then I'll get back to that book, because I don't want to forget anything. So yeah, I've taken the dust jacket off now because that needs to go back on the proper way around anyway. So, sorry if the perspective slightly changed there. My camera stopped recording the next book is the hardcover edition of Pride and Prejudice. So, this one is my favourite Jane Austen novel. Granted, I've only read 3 of them, and I don't think I'll be reading any more anytime soon. She's not my absolute favourite classics author. I have a strong preference for the Brontes, but she's still, an MVP. But yeah, this is my favourite one, and this doesn't have a blurb, so I'm going to try and make up a blurb, or maybe I should read the first page. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. However little known the feelings or views of such men may be on his first entering a neighbourhood, this truth is so well fixed in the minds of the surrounding families that he is considered as the rightful property of some one or other of their daughters. "My dear Mr. Bennet," said his lady to him one day, "have you heard that Netherfield Park is let at last?" Mr. Bennet replied that he had not. "But it is," she returned, "for Mrs. Long has just been here, and she told me all about it." Mr. Bennet made no answer. "Do you not want to know who has taken it?" cried his wife impatiently. "You want to tell me, and I have no objection to hearing it." This was invitation enough. So yeah, it's a beautiful love story. How I'd summarise it is 2 people overcoming both pride, especially him, and prejudice, especially her, in order to see each other for who they are and grow to love one another, to put it simply. But yes, would recommend. The next book I have here is Tomorrow and 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 Tomorrow. This book sounds different to tap. It's almost metallic sounding. I don't know if you can feel that. But yeah, I love this cover. It's very kind of telling of the story. And I read this very recently, and it was the best, most unputdownable book. Unputdownable probably isn't right, actually, because I'm sure lots of people who use that phrase are talking about thrillers and stuff like that, and it definitely wasn't that. It was just so good that I just wanted to continue with the story. So yeah, this is a story about 2 characters called Sam and Sadie, who were once childhood friends but then became estranged and reconnect at college age, and that's sort of where the book picks up, and they venture into creating a video game together. But it's about much more than that. There's a good quote on here. Where is it? Oh yeah, I won't read the blurb because I've pretty much just given you a blurb. But I'll read the first line. "This is the story of Sam and Sadie. It's not a romance, but it is about love." No, it's a beautiful book. I feel like it had a profound impact and an imprint on my heart, or rather the emotional side of my brain. But okay, speaking of which, we're going to move on to non-fiction books. So the first one I have here is The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs. Which I love the name of because it reminds me of, well, no, I'm sure it's a play on the decline and fall of the Roman Empire, which makes me just think of all of the dinosaurs as just a massive empire or civilization that was here before us. But yeah, I just picked this up because I love the idea of dinosaurs. I'm like a 4-year-old boy. It's just incredible that they literally lived on this same Earth. Well, it was a very different Earth, but they lived on this planet, which is mental. Like, where we walked, they walked. Mental. It's probably obvious that I like the Jurassic Park movies as well. And Jurassic World, although that is apparently a controversial opinion. So, because I enjoyed that book so much when I read it, when I saw this next one in the shop, I had to get it. This isn't really my field of interest. Like, there are many other popular science topics I would touch before I came to this. In fact, this would probably be one of the last ones that I would be interested in reading. But because it's by the same author, and he just did a phenomenal job of making that one so interesting, and because like natural history just is interesting anyway, yeah, I decided to get this and give it a go. There's something nice about knowing or feeling like you're able to know that you'll go into a book and you'll come out of it with something more. Like, it wasn't a waste of your time. And I'm pretty damn confident that that's how I'll feel after reading this. Yeah, he's just a really good writer. So, for the rest of this video, I'll just continue to turn the pages